gosh. Okay, but I'm gonna bring you back a couple months ago, or
Yeah.
basically at the end of summer. So on the lovely September the 1st at 10:33 p.m. British timing,
Okay.
you posted a photo which amassed over 64,000 likes, 3,257 quote tweets, which means a lot, a lot of people were talking about it, and 5,756 retweets. Would you like to give us a bit of background about that photo?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, of course I would. The pictures that changed my life forever. Anyways, I remember that was around what date was that again?
September the
August
1st.
or September?
September the 1st.
Yeah. So I had my uncle. He was doing this night where we give glory to God. People preach that. We all worship together, right? So at that time, my uncle asked me to share my testimony, right? And I would pray because it was the first time me going on stage and sharing my testimony with people, right? But as I was praying beforehand, what I was seeing in the spirit, right? It wasn't me giving my testimony, it was me preaching. And every single time that I would pray about it, it was the same thing that I would see in the spirit. It was me preaching, it was me holding the mic and then talking loud, and moving things, right? So the day that I actually that I preached, it's actually what happened. Exactly the same thing that I would see in my vision. It was the exact thing that actually was living, right. So it was actually the first time that I preached. So I took the pictures afterhand and I posted it on my Twitter, and then next thing you know, it went viral. And the next morning, I woke up with text, DMs from how do you call it, journalists from New York. She wanted to interview me, and then blogs, writing articles about me. And then I had the Shade Room posting a picture of me, and then I had people calling my relatives, from all over the world, in order to get in contact with me because they wanted me to get married to them, which is odd. And then it's until this day, I feel like these two pictures affected my life. And what I think is amazing about that, because I grew up, like I said before, and I always wanted to be someone that was known, right? And I used to tell God, I I will talk about you the day that I'm famous. I will be like, I'll get to a certain point of my life and then I'll start talking about you. But God was like, no, 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 that is not my plan. You will talk about me and then you will get the thing that you're asking for. So, and I remember I was praying one day and I started laughing and I couldn't even, pray because I was laughing because I was thinking about that same situation. I was like, God, you are something else. Because I wanted something, right? At the end of the day, he gave me what I wanted, but not exactly in the time that I wanted it. But he said, we're not gonna do it your way. We're gonna do it my way. And his way is the best way. And today, listen, my life is completely different and I'm not where I was like, even this summer. So it's just crazy.
We thank God for that. And you know what I love, bro, is that you're so bold in terms of when it comes to talking about Christ. Even though you have these photos, lovely photos, but the caption isn't like your normal first trap photo. It's something either to do with God. You know what I mean? Some edifying content. But there were some comments that I saw. And I have the quotes here. I have the receipts here, as they call it in the shade barrier.
Yeah.
And before I say that, in fact, I saw in UK, I think it was someone that goes to my college or someone around my area, they posted you. And I thought to myself, hey, wait, hold on, I know who that is. I know who that is. So I thought to myself, wow, he's actually gone viral. He's made it. He's traveled like 8 hours. He's in the UK. Oh my gosh.
No,
Of
but it's
course, I
crazy.
didn't say.
It's actually that was actually the second time that I went viral on not on TikTok, on Twitter, yeah, because
Mm,
that was the same summer. Because that before that, I posted 4 pictures of me when I went eating, right, with a friend. Then I posted the pictures, and then the next day I was at 54,000 likes and a lot of quote retweets and da 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 da. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. That is very much crazy. That's crazy.
That is amazing, but it's obviously God. I feel like maybe because you're obedient to God, you know what I mean? Um,
Yup, yup. You know, and
that has to be.
that is like another conversation. But I remember once the first fast I fasted for 3 days, and I don't know if other people do the same, but I fasted and I asked God for something in my like at the end when I finished the fast, right, when I completed it, and I said, God, I want you to do this for me by the end of the summer. And when all of that happened to me, right? All the attention came. I had to. He made me remember that when I fasted the year before, it was actually for what he gave me, and it's like I was like, wow. My When I tell you, my mind was blown. And I was thinking about the same thing this morning. I used to pray for the life that I have today. When I tell you, it is crazy. It is crazy when I think back at what God did for me and what He keeps on doing. God does things in your life that are so big that your
100.
mind can't even comprehend.
Fathom. Yeah.
You can't, and sometimes I'm just like, what did I even do? I don't even deserve you. I was because yesterday I was super booked. I had like auditions, and then I was shooting,
Famous. Famous.
and
Famous.
glory to God. But I was driving, and I had my hand lifted up, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. I don't because as us as humans, we don't even deserve God. We don't even deserve His love. We
Yeah.
don't deserve all of this, but He still knows your name. He loves you still, and it's just sometimes I just start crying because God is so good. He's so good.
You honestly is amazing, man. And he's amazing to get you to that like the 64,000 likes. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we obviously have these bad people, and as I said, like previously, with that post, yeah, there were comments, and I quote, and this is from Twitter, which people are so weird because it's just a cesspool of like people acting like idiots. You know what I mean? People that don't know you just making comments, thinking, "Oh, you're doing this," without knowing your heart. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing
Yeah.
that God knows our heart, and God doesn't judge us like man judges us. Honestly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, but so this was like one of the comments. So the comments in this thread is sickening and sad, and he obviously lacks the glory. Let's be real. Posting like pics like this shake my head. And then I think she must have said like Jesus is Lord. That's either in a bio. Another comment was no Bible in sight. I'm sure this is really about God. And another comment was like, I want you to be my husband. Another comment was like, I got to keep my wife away from him. And another comment was, you know what? I got to make sure that I go to his Sunday service. I got like all these comments. Like, honestly, bro, what was your reaction to seeing all of this?
I remember being shocked. Number one, because of the virality. I don't even know if that's a word of the
Virality, yeah.
yeah, and all the comments, because I had a lot of good comments, and then the bad comments. I just had to pay attention. I was just paying attention to the good ones, because whatever you do, whether you do good or bad things, you're gonna have people,
Mm.
express their opinion. And on the internet, that's what I learned. Even if you do good things, it's like on my TikTok account, I talk about very like good things and things that people need to hear because people don't talk about it, right? And then people will just they will it's like they will dismiss what I said, and they will talk about my physique and this, and I'm like, wow, I'm talking about serious things, and you want to talk about my beard? You want to talk about the fact that I am a black man with a nice haircut, with a beard, and that you think that I'm not being honest because I'm a black man that speaks well? It doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like um people like to criticize. They love to criticize, right?
100.
And I used to read the comments that I read on that post. I I I read things and I was like, my mouth was on the ground. my mouth, I was like, wow, because people at the time people thought that I was a pastor, right? And the comments that I would get from women thinking that I was a pastor, but with the comments that you're leaving, it
Yeah.
I was like, wow.